Heyo, and welcome to the stream. Okay, so it's getting really exciting. So we have the quantum moon. Whoops, zoomed in a bit too far there. We got the quantum moon, and we're gonna figure out how to get the shrine to the North Pole so that then we can travel to the mysterious sixth location. Shrine must be on the moon's North Pole. Oh, it's over here. To explore the sixth location, shrine must be on the moon's north pole. But we have to remember the other rules of the other quantum rules. Whereas, like, observing an object or a picture of the object is the same. And in order to travel with an object, we have to be standing on it and cease to, like, see our surroundings, like being complete darkness, which I don't know how we're going to pull that off on the quantum moon because it doesn't seem like there's really any time of complete darkness. So I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. We need to go to the quantum moon locator. And I'm surprised because it says there's more to explore here. We must have missed a scroll or something. Okay. We're on our way. We're going to try to waste very little time getting there so that once we're there, we can put all our energy and time into figuring out how to get to the sixth location. Because time's limited. Ooh. We did slow down enough in time. Oh! Wow, how we didn't crack that, I have no idea. We're out. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that we've read all of this. We must have just missed, like, one little thing or something. I know that there was a scroll over here. Oops. I really am quite convinced that we did everything here, but it seems to think we haven't. Or maybe I'm just missing something so completely obvious. Oh, ship log updated. So we must have missed something here. The quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each places the moon goes. Anona Burr, I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. I did a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all the phantom moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device. That's when it's in the sixth location. It's also possible there exists a sixth place in the star system to which the phantom moon travels. You have keen eyes, my friends. This moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. Okay. Whoa, sorry. Alrighty. I don't know if that was picked up on my mic. I accidentally clicked on something on my phone that I didn't want to. And sounded like there was some language. Okay. Oh, we don't want to be in here. Let's get out our picture. Photo mode. Okay. We don't want it at Dark Bramble. Oh, that's fine. We'll go to Giant's Deep. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's right. Oh, wait, it's still there. Oh, it's gonna be gone now for sure. That's right, we kind of have to turn the lunch lady around all strange-like. Stop. Oh my gosh, this is like the most challenging part. Okay, where is it? Timber Hearth. Wait. Oh, the moon just went behind it. We're gonna get hit by the sun. Or the comet. Okay, let's abort autopilot. We don't want to do this. Oh, I've ruined it already, chat. Okay. Okay, we'll look away. Look back. Or at least gonna get this matched a bit. Okay. Look away. Look back. Look away. Look back. Do I have to see where it is at other places first? Oh, we're wasting so much time. Okay. Oh. Okay, we're flying into this. Oh, good grief. So many sneezes. Let me mute my mic. I have more. I slept so poorly last night, so naturally my sinuses are out of control. I'm sorry if there's like gross sniffing in the microphone. Okay, now we're just gonna go quick. Hopefully this doesn't take us into the moon. Not into the moon, I mean into the sun. Okay. Hey, let's abort autopilot. Oh. Don't want to hit the ash twin. Here we go. I don't know why sometimes the ship just wants to, like, do a little diving roll. Spellblind, hello! We just started! I'm on my way to the quantum moon. We gotta find out where it is. Oh, that's right. We gotta get the spaceship up here. What's around Timber Hearth? Okay. Gotta repair the lunch lady. Okay. Let's see. Oof. Just jump up a little bit. and land. Okay. Can we just turn? Let's see, the moon's at Dark Bramble. Actually, we could go all the way over there. Oh, I had it. Okay, there we go. Okay, as long as we don't get thrust into the sun. Moonarch, it's time. Did you read all the scrolls at the locator? I did. Because I was pretty sure that, yeah, that was like the first thing I did because I'm like, I don't know what more I have to explore there because I read the 2 scrolls. But so I went ahead and just put them all in and just read them all. And yeah, there must have been just one little thing I missed or something. So, but now it says everything's explored. So we got it. I don't know how to figure out how to get that shrine to the North Pole, though. Oh, stop! Okay. I don't know how we got here without me noticing that we didn't have a picture of the quantum moon. What is that? Hello? I don't remember this from before. Jellyfish. Okay, it must just be a seed that landed on the quantum moon from the Dark Bramble. Okay, let's move. Oh my gosh. What? How come when it's by Dark Bramble, there's so many brambles? I don't remember this. Is it different when it's at different places? Oh, now the place that we have to get into is in... Oh, I lost it. So now the place we have to get into is through here. Okay. These look like giant hands or something. In chat. Okay. What does this do? Light. So I wonder if... Why don't we close this? Ha! Okay. Goodbye. I figured it out! Hold on, let's take a picture. Whoops. Photo mode. Okay. We're not in there. So we gotta close the door so no light ekes in. And turn off the lights. Oh, and get rid of the picture. Let me take a picture again. Oh, I might have already had a picture. But it was just in the dark. Yeah, it was. Okay, so we gotta completely put it away. Bellblind says, nice. That's one step. Okay. Hello? Oh, it's the moon rock. Disappear, please. I'm assuming that's not the place we need to go. I guess I don't have to take a picture of it. It's not gonna leave me, I don't think. Oh, I can look at my map to see where I am. What's the map again? Liar. Liar chat. You see this? The wall to the right. Oh, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I think I'm on, Ash Twin. But we know that it goes there, so... Oh, we have to wait for it to be there at the eye. Because obviously, that's going to be the last location. We're here! Okay, so this is the one with the moon in the way. Okay. Now we gotta think here. Observing an object or a picture of an object is the same. So what if we took a picture? Whoops. What if we took a picture of just the rock? Okay. Like, that doesn't make much sense. Wait, I need light. Okay. What am I supposed to do with this information? I'm at the eye. Okay, there must be something I'm missing. Remember what the Tower of Quantum Knowledge said? To visit the 6th location, the shrine must be at the North Pole. Oh gosh, that's right. So let's see, how do we get it? Okay. But now are we no longer... How do I get back to the moon? Oh, we're here. How do I get it to the North Pole, though? That is the question. Look at your map. So, because the North Pole is always blocked off on different places. There must be... Oh! There must be, like, if it's by a planet... So let's see. When it was at Dark Bramble, I couldn't get to the North Pole. Okay. So when it's at Giant Steep and Dark Bramble, I can't get to the North Pole. So let's see. Okay. We don't want it to be there. Come on. Okay. Let's check out Timber Harse. Oh. Here we go. The North Pole actually looks open. Okay. So we got a Shibuski. Boom! Okay. That was a lot easier than I was making it out to be. Okay, we've already read these, but just in case. Okay. Lights off, lights on, wrong place. Back to Timber Hearth. Oh, I feel like I'm getting this. Hold on. I don't think I'm keeping it out long enough. And I can still see the marble. I don't know if that counts. Look away. Look back. Oh, come on. Hopefully, wait, did it probably wouldn't have moved, like, scooting back, I'm afraid. Hello? We're here. Oh, I could have used my flashlight to change locations. That would have been so much quicker. Okay, the shrine's just gonna leave me. Oh, I can take a picture. I should actually probably do that so it doesn't just up and... like, see ya. It'll come back. Okay, what answers and intriguing things await me here? At the eye of the universe. There's probably something on the South Pole. The last living person! They're over there! We found them, boys. They've been hiding out where they thought we would never find them. I think this is, oh, who did we think it was? Cassava? No, I can't remember. Hello? Hi there. Hi there. You're a bit small. Hi there. Oh, he watching. Solanum. I don't think have we seen this person in the texts? Who are you? You're just gonna stare at me. Okay, I'm glad that we got it so that it pauses when we talk to people. Because otherwise this would have been so stressful. But maybe actually since we're at the eye of the universe, obviously he's alive. The whole supernova doesn't matter anyway. But now we got all the time in the world to just chat with them. We've seen Solanum several times, yes. Now we'll have to go back and see what stuff he says. Who are you? Oh! Don't do that. Put down the cane. Can you not speak? Okay. And Solanum is a she. Well, hey there, sister. I got a little campfire over there. Oh, pick up identify stone. Plop. Plop, plop. Explain stone. Me stone. Quantum moonstone. I have the universe stone. Oh, she's gonna explain everything to us. Insert the U stone. Wait, so let's see. Explain. Explain who I am. Are you upset by that? Does that not make any sense? Okay, explain. I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it. Explain this to me. What are you pointing at? Okay. Okay, well, about time you did that. I mean, come on, lady. Okay, explain. Talk to me about me. Oh. I imagine your purpose here is the same as mine. To learn about and define the eye of the universe. Spellblind says pick one and show it to Solanum. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what I was supposed to be doing. But we got it. I'm unsure how you arrived here. However, perhaps you came from another star system, as my clan originally did. Okay. We'll put Shibuski, put that one over there. Explain to me you. Okay, draw with your little stick. That's such a cool little instrument she's using. I'm on my first pilgrimage to the quantum moon. All Nomai and my clan make this journey when we come of age. Sorry, sister, but I think you're the only one left. Even though the eye cannot be reached from here, the quantum moon remains special to us as it carries us nearer to the eye than any other place we know. I've journeyed here to be close to the eye. While the eye is obscured from our sight, we can see the quantum moon's reflection of the eye in the sky above us. Is it that? Is it that? Okay. Alright, sister. I guess explain the quantum moon. She's so cute. I want to actually... Oh, yeah, the helmets do kind of go back with those little wheelies. That must be like an oxygen tank. Excuse me, sister. Thank you. Oh, dear. Flying away. Have you encountered a quantum shard on another planet? Yes, I have, indeed. The shards look the same as the quantum moon's surface does now, while at the eye. From this, we can reasonably infer the quantum moon's natural state is as we see it now, and that the eye is its primary location. Given the quantum moon is the eye's moon, it's likely that any characteristics the moon exhibits are also exhibited by the eye itself. So the eye must travel throughout the universe. I mean, that would make sense. The quantum moon and its shards, for instance, are quantum. Thus, the eye is likely also quantum. That's what I just said. Great minds think alike. In fact, this moon is probably quantum because its proximity to the eye made it quantum. The same way the area surrounding quantum shards that landed on other planets eventually become quantum too. Yeah, go ahead and erase that. Talk to me about the eye. This is so exciting. Everything's being explained. There's fundamental uncertainty throughout the universe. I didn't think I would get here so fast within this stream. Normally, this uncertainty is only observable on a very small scale. As one approaches the eye, however, that uncertainty grows enormously. The quantum moon probably exhibits macroscopic quantum behavior because of its proximity to the eye. Said this. Stars that broke off from the quantum moon have a similar effect as I imagine you've seen elsewhere in the star system. Conscious observation forces a quantum object to collapse to a single possibility. But what would happen if a conscious observer somehow entered the eye itself? Over time, this has become my clan's greatest question. So are you from Brittle Hollow? Or from what's the other clan? Ember Twin. Okay. Done some explaining. Now identify. I don't know how that's gonna help me. Identify me. I'm not sure what she's gonna say to this. Bellblind says, yeah, you got the puzzle immediately. I know, it's like, I feel like the whole game's been preparing us for this, because you see those little plates, and you're like, okay, I need to put them right next to another one, and they'll all match, and then I'll get all the different combinations. And so I feel like the game's been preparing me to solve this puzzle. I've never met one of your kind before. It's an honor to speak with you. I particularly admire your 4 eyes. Oh, that's so cute! Because she has 3 eyes. She's probably like, wow, he has 4. That's so cute. There are many questions I would ask. If I could comprehend your language, you have my gratitude for understanding mine. Well, see, I got this like little special doodaddy thing. Which is just kind of like a CCTV camera with what looks like a cassette inside and some little knobs, and that does the trick. I'm surprised you haven't invented something like that. I am Solanum, a Nomai. My clan arrived in the star system before my birth, and we now call it home. No, but what planet are you from? Yeah, I agree. Bellblind says Hearthian technology is the best technology. It's just like 90s era everything. I love it. Quantum Moon. This is the Quantum Moon where we both are standing. Despite also orbiting other celestial bodies, the Quantum Moon is the eye of the universe's moon. Alright. Solanum, we almost have no more use of you. Just kidding. I love you, girl. We are orbiting the eye of the universe now. Although we cannot see it, only the Quantum Moon's reflection of it, the eye is older than the universe itself. And my clan believes it dwells in an extremely distant orbit around this star system. Well, thank you. Well, I doubt we can do, like, this. I mean, we've never... Hold it? No. Oh my gosh. We have to do all these combinations that are so many. I imagine you've noticed the Quantum Moon changes in appearance depending on which location it is currently orbiting. I did notice that. It's because of my 4 eyes. I noticed it quickly. For instance, the moon looks quite different when orbiting Giant's Deep than it does when orbiting the Hourglass Twins. Because the Quantum Moon clearly changes in its different forms, the eye, being this moon's primary location, must be similarly malleable. From this, we can hypothesize that the eye represents extreme changeability. That said, despite its malleable nature, the Quantum Moon becomes locked to one specific version of itself when it is consciously observed. But what would happen if a conscious observer were to enter the eye? Have you tried just like flying up? Well, let me see. What if I were trying to get to the eye? Suppose you could reach the eye of the universe. Would you try to enter it? Yeah. What do you imagine the effects of a conscious observer might be? Have you tried doing that? Many in my clan have believed the eye called to us for a particular purpose. When I was a child, I used to believe the eye was malevolent. I remember this person now. They used to really not like the eye. To have lured my clan to the star system only to then vanish from them so completely. But I don't fear the eye anymore. In fact, it became my fondest hope to see the eye itself. Someday, but I fear this may be beyond my reach. You may think I'm strange, but I have a hypothesis that I may not be entirely alive. Perhaps my journey has reached its end. Are you a zombie? Oh man, ship log updated, so we do gotta do all these different, we did do that. So we gotta do now her and me. Wanna get it on? What do you think? I'm a good looking character, huh? Me and you? Oh. Oh, that hurts. Oh, the rejection. It took me so long to find her. We do not have much connection, you and I. Still, this encounter feels special. I hope you won't mind if I think of you as a friend. I mean, I was kind of hoping to be more than friends, but, I mean, oh well. I already did if I could enter the eye. What about me standing on the moon? Is this your first time on the Quantum Moon? It's my first time here. If you've come here looking for answers, I hope you find them. Well, you know, I was kind of hoping you would kind of help me out. Hey, what about you and the moon? Tell me that. Like many of my clan before me, I journeyed here to see the Quantum Moon's reflection of the eye. This is the closest any of us have come to seeing the eye itself. You may think I'm strange. Okay. No! No, Solanum, I did not know. Stop. Okay. Adios, sister. I'm going to the eye. Holy crap, I am. Oh, this is her. She's dead. I'm so frantic. I need answers. Do I have to leave? This looks like Timber Hearth. Help. Oh, you can't reach me if I get in the bunker. Block out the haters. I'm just gonna travel away from the supernova. Can't catch me. Can't catch me. Can't catch me. I am on Timber Hearth. What? Why was my time up so fast? Okay. Is there a way we can save her? The blind says yes. That's what she meant by she doesn't think she's entirely alive. Slate. Okay. Let's go see what the ship log says. It updated a whole bunch. So that might give us a hint as to what to do next. Okay. That's all? I met a living nomai named Solanum at the South Pole. The quantum moon is the eye of the universe's moon. At this location, the quantum moon becomes a reflection of the eye itself. The eye is likely the source of all macroscopic quantum phenomena in the solar system. Solanum wonders what would happen if a conscious observer were to enter the eye. Solanum has a hypothesis that she may not be entirely alive. What do I do now? I still don't know how to get here. The quantum moon arc is over. Okay, how do I get to the ash? Oh, we gotta go to Dark Bramble. Let's go to Dark Bramble and see if we can't find the vessel. Like if we do Y and change frequency. Yeah, like distress beacons. Okay. And let's see if we can't find the Nomai ship. That was so sad. Okay. Oh, en route will be so sad he missed that. Okay, we'll have to see if we can't find the vessel. The Bellblind says, also for your previous question, Solanum as a child lived in Embertwin. I think you didn't read the text she wrote there in Sunless City. As an adult, you can find her writing in Brittle Hollow as well when she was preparing her journey to the Quantum Moon. Yeah, I remember her writing in Brittle Hollow. It's right by the Shrine of the Eye. Okay, let's see. Distress beacon. Boom. Well, now it's gone. Whoa. I'm assuming this is how we find them because the other ones have the distress beacon things. Though I swear, this takes me to an anglerfish. Hey, Charok, thanks for stopping in. Says neat looking game. Also, Happy New Year's. I know. It's like getting close. My parents get to go see Hamilton New Year's Day because I bought them tickets. And I think I'm more excited than they are. Okay, let's stop. So distress beacon is at the red. Ooh, nope, it changed. Okay. What is that? There's something moving. I hate this. Oh, it's too spooky. Changed frequency. Oh, here we go. Are there other places I can find? Okay, the distress beacon's over there. Should I go there or should I go toward the red light? I really don't want to go toward that red light. We're just gonna inch. What is that? I hope it doesn't bang into my ship. It's going to. No, it's just gonna barely miss the lunch lady. Durok, Bellblind, do you guys have fun plans for New Year's Eve? Or New Year's Day? Darok, I've been telling my husband for a while. I was like, we should see what their plans are for New Year's Eve. I'd love to get together and play games. Yeah, I don't trust that light one bit. Oh, Bellblind says I live in the future. It's already 2:40 a.m. Oh my goodness gracious. I had no idea you had to stay up so late to catch my streams. I have lost the distress beacon. Boys and girls, we found it. If I can get through these spikes. Okay, let's see if there's a way in that then we can park the ship. Yeah, this is the escape pod. We still have to find the vessel. Okay, let's just go like park right over it. Oh gosh. Oof. Okay. Whoa. Our escape pod crashed as we tried to flee this place, destroying our movement and communication capabilities in the process. We've held out as long as we could here, but this pod's supply of breathable air is nearly depleted, and the anglerfish attack more and more frequently. That doesn't sound good. Our best chance at survival is return to the vessel to either repair the damage or, more probably, await rescue. Oh, that's so sad. Rescue probably never came. Sekka, is the message finished? The vessel's beacon is already growing fainter. It will be gone in a matter of hours. We need to leave here quickly. Okay, so how do I find the, vessel? Okay. Escape pod 3. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated, awaiting departure from vessel. Now launching escape pod 3. Multiple collisions have altered pod's trajectory. Significant damage to pod detected. Navigation error, life support error, propulsion error. Oh. Whoops. There's a new problem. Our equipment is detecting 2 distinct beacons from the vessel. Okay, maybe this will help us figure out... Oh, well, they're having the 2 distinct beacons because of how space and time works in Dark Bramble, which is bizarre. But if it's possible for the vessels to be in 2 different locations at the same time, but it isn't possible. They don't know anything yet. I agree, but the beacons are exactly identical to each other. Perhaps if I had more time. We're nearly out of time already. Din, the vessel's beacon is quickly fading. Soon it will be gone and we will be lost. We will follow the beacon whose source is nearest to us. But suppose that beacon is false. We likely don't have enough air to reach the farther of the 2 beacons, Din. The decision is made for us. We'll leave a trail of lights as we go. Oh. There's still a chance someone could hear our escape pod's distress signal. Okay, but how do I know what lights are theirs? Emergency escape hatch. Oh, that trail of lights! Alright, back to the lunch lady. I swear if they take me to an anglerfish. I haven't run into any anglerfish. And I'm like so proud of myself for that. Trabuski. Man, the difference between what it was like when I first started this game and I feel like how much better I am now. It's pretty crazy. Okay, there are the lights. I was wondering what these were. The best pilot there ever was. That's right, Bellblind. Don't you ever forget it. Better than Feldspar. I couldn't have had like a more direct route. Okay. Oh, stop it. Oh, this was the duplicate. They all died. Why is this game so sad? It's such a tragedy. Actually, let's zoom up a tiny bit. There we go. To know my story is so sad. It really is. To anyone who come here searching for us, we followed one of the 2 beacons from the vessel to this place, but we can go no further. It's almost too faint to hear now, but the vessel's beacon is still faintly emitting from within this thorny seed. I know what we have to do. Yet the opening is too small for even a single nomite to fit through it. So our escape pod couldn't have flown through here. I don't understand how this could be possible, but this gruesome place seems able to manipulate space itself. Maybe this was our undoing. To be so close to the location of the vessel and still so far is difficult. Worse, the vessel's beacon is dying. Soon we will be unable to hear it. There is nothing we can do now but try to perhaps find a way inside, or at least attempt to comprehend why this happened. My dearest hope is that the other escape pods were able to reach relative safety, I mean. Okay, I know what we gotta do. Oh, stop. There it is, baby! Okay, we gotta get it to stick. Boom. I knew exactly what to do. Eh. Okay, where's the other scout? Oh, you guys weren't even that far. We're very close. Can we squeeze through here? Okay, we might not be able to. We gotta back up. Oh gosh. They really weren't that far, but yeah, they probably couldn't have reached all this way over here. I don't like the way that rock is looking at me. Bellblind, is it like shocking that I haven't run into any anglerfish? Do most people run into anglerfish? Sometimes fear might drive success. You know? A lot of people do before finding the pod. Not me. I'm the best dang pilot you've ever seen. I wonder when you'll meet them. Never. Okay, so I guess just go to that. Oh, these lights seem so close together. Stop it! Stop it! Hello, Enra. No! Stop! Bellblind! Why you gotta lie to me? Enra, how you doing? Listen, you missed it. We finished the Quantum Moon arc. The Quantum Moon arc. Okay, but the anglerfish are blind. Man, I thought I was gonna get through this whole game without finding a singular anglerfish. And they make it so you have to. I found the escape pod, no problem, no anglerfish. But in order to get to the vessel, they make them all so close. But they say the anglerfish are blind, so I just have to fly around them. They're not acting like, I think I did, Enra. I did all the orange and blues, and then I realized you could do blues together. And it didn't say that, it doesn't say that there's any more to explore. Oh, here we go. So I'm pretty sure that I asked, Solanum all the questions. I was so sad, though, to then find her body. The beacon was dying. If I launch my scout into the sea, I can take photos of an enormous derelict to know my ship. Yep. Saw that. But I also found huge anglerfish. So I learned recently it's easier to avoid anglerfish on controller since you can give smaller thrust. But I finished it on keyboard. Bellblind says it's fine with the keyboard. Yeah, we're just gonna... For me, I don't think it would be easier on controller because I am terrible at controller. Okay, why can I never find... There it is. We're gonna, like, mark this on the map so we know. Oh, can we just do that? No. Just think about, how do the fish detect you if they are blind? And then don't let them find you. Very easy. That's true. How do they find me if they're blind? Can they hear? Or is it if I get too close to their little lights? Interrupt. Pro tip. If you don't want to die, don't get eaten. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Chat's always so helpful. I need to make a special little emote for my chat. Okay, is this gonna tell me the right way to go? Good grief. It, like, looks like it's going oh, buckle back up. Let's just zoom. Okay, now we go to the red light. And we gotta be careful not to get the anglerfish. Zoom straight through. Oh. I did visit the escape pod. Just gonna barely miss that. Okay, now once we get into this red bit, this is the difficult part. Should we just gun it? Is that the key? Do I have to go... Like, it saw me before I even got in there. Okay. Oh, don't touch it. Just go. No, no. Oh my goodness. Should I get out of my ship? No? Okay. How did they find you? I think I bopped his little antenna. I figure I just gotta not touch him. But I can't, like, swim into their path either. But maybe, like, also not be loud? I definitely didn't bop the antenna. Okay. Oh. It's very difficult to know what I'm doing wrong. What do I have? I don't have much information about the anglerfish. Let's see. Real anglerfish are blind. The little fish had to sneak across to the other side. So I just gotta sneak across. Oh, autopilot, please. Why you gotta do me like this? Urgh. Is there more information in my ship log that I need than... Is there more information than that I need to see in my ship log? Or is that just the gist of it? I have to sneak across, and I have to figure out how to sneak across. Nope, the fish are blind. That's it. Okay. So I guess just go straight in front of their faces. That's all we gotta do. Figure out how they detect you and don't do it. Can't see you, then how do they sense you? Taste. They can taste my fear. That's what I think. I just have to not be afraid, and they won't find me. Figured it out. Done, done, done. Exactly. That's what Bellblind says. Okay. They don't hear me, right? That's not the issue. Because I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do about that if they hear me. I don't really exactly have like a silent mode or anything. I should have my, one of my sisters loves deep sea fish and anglerfish. I should have her watch this stream. We don't want that. We want the distress beacon. Boom. What happens if we just go to the red straight away? Will we get to the vessel or no? Look at this seed within a seed. Okay, now we can go to the red. I'm barely confident because... Oh yeah, look at all this debris. And zoom. Man, how many times do I gotta test this theory? Is there a way to turn off my lights? But they're blind. I'm not quite in yet. There we go. Okay, he saw me. What? Get out of here. Leave me alone. Oh my gosh. But see, how did they see me so instantly? He just looks at me and he's just like, aha. Time to come run down this very narrow tunnel. Is that what I gotta do? Do I just gotta go fast? If you go like slow through Dark Bramble the whole time, I think they're just like, you gotta book it. I think that's the key. Okay, let's test it out. At least we know hug the wall doesn't work. I don't know, I thought it was working pretty good. I just gotta get, I didn't figure out why they detected you. Yeah, I don't know why. Is it supposed to be super obvious how they did that? I think just by being there, they see me. Did I look at it? I won't tip you more here. Oh man, I'm missing it. Listen, chat, we're just gonna gun it. I need to figure it out? No, I don't think so. I think I can just outrun them. Because they're totally blind, so how do they detect me? It don't make no sense. Bell blind, very feldspar of you. Thank you, I'll take that as a compliment. And it says, fine by me, we can make another 5 streams of running away from fish. Okay. Oh. Where's the distress? Okay. Oops. Don't want to bonk. Okay. And all this debris in the way. I mean, there's no way for me to, like, turn off my lights, is there? Maybe I could send my scout launcher. No, they don't care. Well, I don't got another answer. Okay, chat. Blind. Let's have a little pep talk before I go in. Okay. Go. No, it didn't work. Feldsparring doesn't work apparently. And moving slowly doesn't either. And you said I don't have to get out of my ship? They'll still find me if I'm out of my ship? Now, let me throw my signal scope at them. Maybe then they'll chase the signal scope? It must just be movement. I'll need the ship for later. Okay, and getting out of the ship doesn't change much. You have to go enough over here that autopilot doesn't take us straight into the sun. Let's see. I'm an autopilot expert now. You gotta anticipate it, like, messing with you. At least we can get here relatively quickly, and it doesn't take, like, 5 minutes each time just to get there. We just kind of zoom there, and then we just get eaten. And then we zoom there and get eaten. And I haven't found a way to not get eaten yet. Okay, abort autopilot. We're just going straight in. Look at that. We have a beautiful straight shot. Gonna... Okay, can I just go straight to the red light? We might run into some anglerfish. But if we do, we can test our theory. It did nothing. It doesn't care about the scout. It doesn't care. man, how does anyone figure this out? Am I missing something super obvious? Bellblind says, good, we're making progress. Look at all these theories we know don't work. And Watt said, so if you noticed, you maintain the speed when you go through the fog portal. Okay, so they must hear me. So I must just be, I must just be zooming. Like, my screen goes black, so I don't know if I'm moving or not. So I might have just been moving. Okay, thank you. That might have just been the little hint that I needed. Because I thought I tried that, but I must just not have tried it effectively enough. Oh, and I guess we can turn the ship without, like, pushing the arrow keys, which will, like, do the thrusters. That's probably what I was doing wrong. Okay, abort autopilot, we're going in. Oh, that's almost gonna be a perfect shot. Bam. Okay. Oh, we're going a bit fast. We're going a bit fast. I know my grave is over there. I probably can't touch him either. I'm sure that's like a no-no. Okay, I should have tested, the speed to the fog portal. Eventually I gotta just, maybe I gotta like zoom kind of into the fog portal and then stop. Oh, bonk. But maybe going slow will be helpful. We're also gonna just shabushki off that. Okay. Wham! Okay. Go up. Is it going up? Oh, maybe I can't control it like that. I don't know how that took me so long to realize. Can I get out of my seat? I wanted to see if I could go see the anglerfish behind me. Hopefully I'll be able to match the velocity without alerting them all. But that does the rear rockets too. I bet the minute I do that, they're all gonna come running. Ew. Is this some anglerfish roe? These little babies? Did I forget to, did I need to, a space delicacy? I wonder if I needed to send my scout orb through to know where to go. I'm just gonna, am I far enough away from them? Will they come after me? I'm just gonna kind of gently bonk. Okay. Will they come after me? Shoot, I'm in the wrong place. What? Okay, lunch lady, stay right there. Okay, I think I made a wrong turn. Okay, where's the Know My Grave? How do I get back? Hello? What if the vessel is just anglerfish? I think the way I came was through all the anglerfish. I could probably do the distress signal. There's nothing. Dang it. Is that the way I came? Okay, only one way to find out. Ugh. Well, it's a seed. It'll take me somewhere. Who knows where? I'm officially lost in Dark Bramble. Okay. I feel like this is the exact same place. It is. Okay, go to the other light then. Probably an anglerfish, but... Okay, where is it? There it is. I hear something. What is that sound? It's coming for me. Oh! Hello! You can't get me because I'm behind your root. And you're too dumb. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. He too dumb. He eating the plant. Okay, now eat me. Let's get a picture of his insides. Amazing. Incredible. Look at that. Okay. I go on my own terms. Excuse me? Lunch lady? What kind of joke do you think this is? Come here. Don't miss me. Not very smart. Okay. I must have to go to the Know My Grave, send my scout orb through, because that was the thing, was I thought I would just go to the red light and find the vessel, and it wasn't that way. And so I need to get my scout on the vessel, so I know exactly where to go. Sounds like a plan? I agree. 5th time's the charm? You bet. Alright. Sereny is raiding with a party of 7. Hello, hello! You're just in time to see my miraculous feats of greatness and heroism and everything. Hello! It's gonna be incredible. We're off to a planet where time and space doesn't really work, and there are giant deep-sea anglerfish that will eat you. Sereny, thank you so much for the raid. Tenth Chain says, not lying, there was 5 minutes spent on stream where Sereny attempted to land the ship only to then fall off the planet. Acker says, whoa, spoilers. Apologies for those of you that haven't seen the stream or haven't seen that much into Outer Wilds. And don't worry, don't be embarrassed, Sereny. I've had so many, yeah, Enrod says, sounds familiar. Sometimes I would just try to throw my body at a planet to see if it would stick. Sereny says, sadly can't stick around because dinner, but also I'm going to try and not get too spoiled as I haven't gotten too far where the Dark Bramble is concerned. Yeah, why don't you, you should head out then, because if you're doing the playthrough, don't... Because I'm doing a blind playthrough, so I didn't know anything about this game when I started, and I'm pretty close to the end now, because we're on part 9, so you should head out before I go into Dark Bramble. I don't want to spoil anything for you. Did you know about the anglerfish? Sorry if I spoiled that. Sereny, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Okay. I've given you enough time, I think, a good grace period to head out. But I really don't want to spoil anything for you, because I really loved this game. But yeah, don't worry about the terrible landings. You're not alone. Okay, chat, we're just gonna zoom. So everyone who came was Sereny. Where is he at in his playthrough? Okay. I have no idea, sadly. Oh, she's exploring Brittle Hollow at the moment. Oh, so she's like way at the very beginning, probably. That was so kind of her for the raid. Okay. Okay, we didn't crash the ship. Okay. Just gonna bonk our head. The name of our ship is the Lunch Lady. Afternoon, Miss Chrysalis. Thank you, Maverick. Always good to have you. How many times did she visit our friend the Black Hole? I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so sick of White Hole Station. I never want to go there again. Maverick, I'm doing so great today. Hold on, where did the Lunch Lady go? There she is. Maver says, I don't know how much of Brittle Hollow you have explored, but she's at the late game area of Brittle Hollow. I've done a good bit on Brittle Hollow. There's still a little bit I have to explore, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to before the end of the game. Or maybe I have to. We'll see. So I apologize for anyone in chat who's been watching Zarani play. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's where the scout is. Oh, a stupid anglerfish right in the way. Yeah, I would think so as well in Rot, but I just want to be sure because Maverick says this got fishy. It really did. And I hope you like Roe, like ROE, because you're in for a really nice surprise. I've never really been able to eat Roe or like Tobiko, like those little flying fish eggs, like on sushi. Never were my favorite. But I had some friends that were just like, they're so good and they just pop in your mouth. Gamer says, I completed the game and I don't know about 10th Chain, but I don't think they're too fussed about spoilers. Well, that's good. Oh, we're moving so slow. Check it out, Maverick. About to get really fishy. I wonder if we're far enough away from the anglerfish to use the boosters now. Wait, the scout went over there. Oh, it's still there. I see, that's one thing I don't understand. Sometimes that jumps a lot. I'm debating pushing myself to stream in a bit. You should, man. I will raid. I do OBS, so I think I just do /raid space. And then Maverick Senior 1986, right? I think that's what I do. Did I make sure that my... Okay, it did land on the ship. No! Oh, nope, will be on Geeks. Okay, Geeks, Freaks, and Video Games. I know, I just recalled it. What do I do? Okay, it was in this general direction. Oh my gosh, I'm a dummy. Okay, well, we'll see if we can find it. I so did not mean to just recall my scout orb. Oh no! Uh-oh. The anglerfish sounded a bit upset. Maverick said I distracted her, sorry. Ah! It's coming for me! Go! Go, 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 go! Okay, but I don't know where to go from here. Oh, that's it! It's right there! Okay. Oh, gosh. That was close. And we almost got eaten by an anglerfish. But we didn't. Okay, 10th Chain, I'm glad that you enjoy seeing... that you're okay with spoilers and stuff. Okay, we're just gonna... Zoom? Zoom, zoom, zoom to the spot. Let's just park the little old lunch lady right here. If she'll land. I guess she doesn't have to. Oh, this... Uh-oh. Excuse me, sir. Are you okay? Where are your arms and your feet? Okay. Gosh, banging my head. Maver said Pog. I agree. Hopefully there's no little baby anglerfish in here to just, like, spook us. Okay, there's that. This looks promising. We'll go here first. What even is this? This is the vessel that the Nomai came to this solar system in. Oh, trees detected. Hallelujah. What is that? Oh. Hey, Maver02. Thank you for the follow. I'm upside down, by the way. Is there really an upside down in space? Isn't it just kind of... You know. Can't I just be how I wish to be? I wish to be upside down. Everyone's upset that I'm upside down. You know what? You're in a ship, though, not space. Well, how do I roll? You know... Oh, wait. There we go. Hold R. Eow. Okay. I don't think I've ever done that this whole time that I've been playing. Okay. I don't really think that did much for me. Okay, move it back. Let's go check out what this is. Okay, lots of circle things to move around. Okay, I bet I have to move the circle up in here. Do that. Is this how you normally Oh. Oh gosh, I ruined it. Okay, I need to just go. Enrot says, looks familiar. And Maverick says, if you can't be upside down in space, technically you can't roll either. Oh, I did it wrong. I bet I have to get all these. How? This is the question. Okay, stop. What do you mean this looks kind of familiar? From where? Oh. Is this supposed to help me? It looks familiar. Oh, there's a... upstairs. Maybe? Hey, hey, hey! Okay, don't mind me just bonking my head on the ceiling. Enrot says, yeah, the ship log will give you more clues. I'm on it. I'm on it. To any Nomai clans whose vessels can hear this message. It's clear the universe is dying. There are fewer and fewer resources and safe places within space now. So my clan and I believe the best option is for all of our clans to stay together. If you can reach the Gloaming Galaxy, we found that black rock suns are fairly stable, and life in this star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safety. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you will be on your own. Hannah, we're making our way to you. It's good to hear from you, Bromy. We'll watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from Neem? His clan was on its way to our vessel, but they never arrived. He hasn't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. That is unsettling. It reminds me of that old myth my grandfather used to tell, the disappearance of Eskal. I remember hearing that story as a child. One day, Eskal's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched, but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. That's no myth, friends. Eskal's clan existed, and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors were told that story when they were young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? I've forgotten Hyssop's voice. It was a very long time ago, but yes. My clan's ancestors searched for Eskal's clan for a long time. But in the end, none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in our history a vessel has ever disappeared this way. Hyssop, I hope you aren't comparing Eskal's story to my clan's vessel. Neem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet we aren't, but nearly. We found trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the bright spark star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence we weren't caught in the blast. We'll meet you soon, Canna. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Neem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious of potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. Yeah, we know a thing or two about that. Oh boy, we got another thing over here. When's someone gonna tell me, like, how to control the ship? Ooh, sneak up. Okay. This is... Oh, Felix! This is Eskal's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp, and our vessel is mortally wounded. Maverick says, so wait, all the stars are dying? At least in this solar system. If we are Blackrock, because at the end of every loop, we have a supernova that resets the loop. So we only have a limited amount of time. This is Eskal's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp, and our vessel is mortally wounded. We need help as quickly as possible. Our vessel appears to have... Has it fused with the local environment somehow? There are vines that are now part of the vessel. It's been torn apart from inside out. Ah, dark bramble. We are abandoning our vessel. Any Nomai clans or space-like capable species receiving this message. I implore you, we need your help. So the Nomai probably isn't all dead, but this a separate clan is. Okay, I need to back up. Ugh. Is this broken? Can anyone hear me? Our vessel is dying. We need immediate assistance. Okay. Let's quick explory. I think we need to go up. Oh, just went flying through. Someone hasn't talked to Chert enough? Do I need to go visit the egg boy? Wait. This is not the way. Don't mind me just banging my head into things. Just like how I explore, you know? Just feel around with my head. It's a special type of, like... Okay, so I guess... That's all. I guess it's just this. There's a bit more on that room, by the way. Oh, fuel level critical. The bottom of the room. Ooh. Okay, if my fuel's about to be out. The eye of the universe, baby. Okay, come here. I guess it doesn't matter if we... Oh! They're dancing! Okay, put that away so we can actually read this. Bet you've never seen that. I'm recording now. I've never encountered anything like this. The signal the vessel is receiving appears to be older than the universe itself. Eye of the universe, baby. This is our first contact with anything of this nature. Everyone, prepare to warp immediately. Alas, they don't get out. Eskal, wait! I need more time to send an outgoing message. Shouldn't we tell another clan where we're going? We can send the message upon our arrival. This extraordinary signal appeared suddenly. It may disappear just as quickly. And we can't lose a discovery this incredible. Focus on preparing for the warp instead. I understand. Anona, is the vessel ready to warp to the signal's approximate coordinates? The warp core is powered, but this will be a significant jump. Afterward, we'll need time to recharge the core. That shouldn't create a problem, provided we arrive at or near the signal source. Everyone, we're ready to warp. Oh, naive fools. Okay, this is fine that we're using oxygen because there's just so many trees here. Wait, what is this? Okay, let's move this. Does it do anything here? I think that's just like its off position. Boom. Okay. So this is a puzzle. Oops. We're gonna get repeats. Oh. I have to get it all turned blue. Wait, and I drew it up like that? So, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. Oh, I don't know. What happened? Did I do it? Stop! The coordinates. The coordinates of the eye. That's why everyone was like, this could be familiar. Do we have that picture somewhere? Enrot, boom, mind blown. I don't remember what the other symbols look like, though. How am I supposed to know? We gotta go to the ship. Ugh. How in the world did I just randomly get that one? You do have a picture in the ship log. Okay. Let's hope that we get this all done before the supernova hits. Slow down. Slow down, Speedy McGee. Because we're gonna have to use oxygen out here to reach the lunch lady. There she is, my beautiful queen. Oh, good. Okay. Let's get, boom, filled up on that. Such a relief. Okay, the vessel. We found it. Okay. Where would it show the coordinates? Ash Twin Tower designs. I need the coordinates for the eye. Check the new logs. Here it is. Boom. Hold on, let me draw this on a little piece of paper. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Admit it, chat. You thought I would never have figured that out for 1,000 years. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Sometimes I feel like I can do the stupidest things, and then sometimes I feel like I'm somewhat competent at the game. Okay. Let's go. Let's freeze so it's easy. So we want to go here. 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 Oh wait, did I do the wrong? This one just automatically went by itself, right? That's not the right... I must have accidentally turned it. Because that is not the right, symbol. Stop it! Why does this gotta happen? Okay. Okay. So... Bing. Bang. Bong. Stop! Why does the end have to come? Okay. Zing, zang. Zong. Ding, ding, dong. Oh, I did it! But we're gonna die! Now what? Do I do it over to here? How do I make it go kaboom? And go zoom? No! The warp core looks broken. Wait, maybe we then move it. Come here, little marble, please. Please, little marble, please. That didn't do anything. Oh! I did it correctly, but it just didn't go. Is nothing supposed to happen? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Time for some reading now. Yeah, let's go check the ship log. Okay. I found the derelict Nomai vessel deep within Dark Bramble. Oh, derelict is such a good word. The vessel's warp core is long dead. I activated a 3-sided pillar on the vessel's bridge that appears to be some sort of input device. The vessel can still hear incoming messages from other Nomai vessels. The remaining Nomai clans are regrouping in response to the impending death of the universe. I found a recording of the original signal the Nomai encountered from the eye of the universe. The Nomai were worried the signal might disappear, so they warped before they could tell another clan where they were going. It doesn't say that there's more to explore there. Vessel arc done? Activated a three-sided pillar on the vessel's bridge that appears to be some sort of input device. If we go back to the Eye of the Universe, will the vessel be there? Let's look what else we didn't explore. It's only this, and I cannot figure out how to get there. Chat, I need help. Maybe I can get there with the shrine? Look, oh wait, this. The Black Hole Forge, okay. So the Black Hole Forge and the Sunless City both have something. So the Nomai debated building a sun station in order to power the Ash Twin project. Several Nomai opposed its construction. Right? So, but the Sunless City is so large, so it's hard to know exactly what we need to explore in the Sunless City. Excuse me. Had to sneeze. Oh, the old settlement as well? Oh. Do I have to explore this, or is that done? Maverick says, going to start. See you later, Mrs. Chrysalis. Good luck with your stream. Thank you so much, Maverick. Have a good stream as well. We'll raid you when I'm done. We don't have much longer. Okay. Black Hole Forge. Okay, let's read this. What am I missing? A diagram depicting the alignment angle between a warp tower and its corresponding astral body. Warp tower alignment angles are not exact. This results anyone stepping onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped. Ugh. Okay. So I don't even remember how to get to the Black Hole Forge. Or even a quick way to get to the Sunless City. Without going through all those tunnels, chat. Oh. Let's see, we gotta go to Brittle Hollow. Let's go see what we missed at the Black Hole Forge. I really didn't feel like we missed anything. Brittle Hollow with the secret tunnel. Oh, shoot. So we have to go to Brittle Hollow. We gotta move the Black Hole Forge. Then what did we have to do? We had to... Oh, remind me, chat. My brain is jelly. We have to go to then the Ash Twin. And then warp to Brittle Hollow. That's right. Okay. I got it. Psh, chat, I don't need you. Just kidding. Okay, secret tunnel. Oh, just... Okay, or I can just crash. Secret tunnel. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Spellblind. I am the greatest pilot you've ever seen. Me and the lunch lady, we got this. I'm dying. Oh my gosh, my spacesuit. Greatest pilot. Greatest pilot you've ever seen. Okay. Okay. Just grab that and get that on right now. Brittle Brittle Hollow. Okay, Giant Steep. Brittle Hollow. Okay. We gotta start getting that, just because I can never find Brittle Hollow when I want to. I do love how, like, Brittle Hollow starts as, like, having all of its crest. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's where we want to go. Okay, secret tunnel time. This time we didn't leave our spaceship without our spacesuit. Thank goodness. And we're not going to break our legs on the way down. At least try not to. Boom. Once I finish this game, I would love to watch a speed run of it. Okay. Shabushki. That should... Yep. That's raising the Black Hole Forge. Oh, gosh. I always get stuck on these stairs. Please, no. Up we go. Oh. Ricochet. That's okay. And now we're gonna go to the Ash Twin. Oh my gosh. Inrot says, haha, the speed run will blow your mind. How long is the speed run? Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. I'm assuming that there are glitches that you can use and stuff, but... Speedrun time would be a spoiler. I'm trying to think, because I don't exactly know what the end game is. Besides getting all the information. Secret. No! Oh, we can go over here. Kind of a spoiler? Okay. Because we could probably... I bet if you know exactly where to go, you can just go straight there. Okay. Now, we gotta go to Ash Twin. Okay, and hopefully don't get shot into Hollow's lantern as we're hitting autopilot. Okay, and then we have to go to the Brittle Hollow Tower. Which... is... See, I think... Because I haven't figured out yet how to get to the Ash Twin Tower. One of the Ash Twin Towers doesn't take me somewhere. But I think it's like, okay, that one has to be... what will take me to the Ash Twin Project. Okay. Lunch lady's gonna complain because she got a little baby quack. And if we don't fix the little baby quack, she's gonna explode. Okay. Oh, I got... Now we just jump like a bunny along the equator until we can find. Okay, well, here's the sun. Which I finally figured out with the help of chat. Not too much help, but I did need help to get that. Do I remember which one's the Brittle Hollow Tower? Well, I think it will kind of look like it. Yes. Oh, stop. I think it is the one with trees. For those in the chat that don't know, I used one of the towers once that took me to Brittle Hollow. And I could have sworn it was the one with trees. And I must have tried 5 more times to be like, you know what? We must have just done it wrong. We must have been in the wrong one with trees. And every time I was taken to Timber Hearth, and I got so frustrated. Chat was like, try the one with trees one more time. And then they're like, this is the one. And I was like, oh. And I can't even tell you how many times I must have used that Timber Hearth one. Ugh. The worst. Man, where are the towers? Yeah, and Rot says, I have a vague memory of trees. Oh, that was so close. You're the best pilot. It's natural that you got that black hole forge up in no time and got here too early. I know, right? I'm just too competent at the game. What are you gonna do? I'm really running out of fuel. I think this next one is Timber Hearth. You know, you think that the Nomai could have labeled their, Yeah, now I'm just mad at the Nomai. Why don't they have labels about where they go? They're just like, oh yeah, we'll be able to figure it out by, kind of what the building looks like. Stupid Nomai. I can't believe I felt sorry for them. They literally build the towers in the shape of the destination. Yeah, but you know, when you're driving down the road and you see, like, a exit sign, you know, it's not, like, in the shape of the city. Actually, chat, I'm feeling a bit lucky about this one. Do you think we should try this one? I think this one will take us to Brittle Hollow. Oh, Blind says they are artistic. It says, what kind of bigger sign do you expect? Just like I said, like, you don't... You know, I'm not like, oh, I need to take an exit for this city. And yes, I can definitely tell because it's in the exact shape of the city. They don't just have maps. It's just like, oh, I recognize that city's a map anywhere. Okay, here we go. This one's Brittle Hollow. I wish I could crouch. Might want to get fuel and oxygen first. Yeah, I am running a bit low on oxygen, ain't I? You know, we'll be okay. Once we get there, I think that there are trees somewhere. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to... Timber Hearth was just the last one over here. Oh shoot. Is there an oxygen refill in here, or am I remembering wrong? I mean, I know there's an oxygen refill, but is there a fuel? No, 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 no. Chew. Okay, I don't see any fuel. Just gonna bonk my head again. Okay, we at least have oxygen. That'll be okay. Fuel, not so much, because what's the number one rule when we get to Brittle Hollow? Don't jump. Do not jump. Do not jump. Yeah, Bellblind says fuel bad, makes you jump. We don't want to do that where we're going. It's so true. Okay, Bazinga. I'm ready. And everyone in chat, don't forget to follow if you don't want to miss the next part of my Outer Wilds playthrough, which I feel like it's going to be the last. You think I only have like one more 2-hour session? I feel like I'm so close to the end. It might be. That'll be so bittersweet, won't it? Oh, here we go. We can see the Black Hole Forge, so we know Brittle Hollow's coming up. Do not jump. Do not jump. Good job, Chrysalis. Okay, what did we miss? I know we read these things, but we're gonna read them all again just to be sure. Black Hole Forge. Okay. Did I, like, forget something here? What is that? Okay, the Ash Twin Projection Stone. Regarding the Warp Towers and Ash Twin, does each tower have to be perfectly aligned with the center of the astral body to which it's tuned? Okay, I remember reading this. Okay. What happens when this aligns? What is that? That must be the warp? You said it's good to read these again? I know there's a puzzle I'm missing where I probably have to like warp to Ember Twin and then warp back. To like the Ash Twin to then get put into the Ash Twin thing. And Rot says, or Bellblind says, that's just a diagram showing that the activation angle is 5 degrees. It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. Like, is that significant? Am I taking this first black hole core? Tower designs in the high energy lab on Ember Twin reveal each receiver's location. Ah, my gratitude in that case. I just don't know how to get to that Ash Twin core. I'm gonna have to go for now. Maver says, I'm gonna have to go for now because I have 3 streams open and my ears are getting dizzy. Have fun and good luck. I look forward to seeing you play the DLC. Thanks, Maver. And thank you so much for the follow. Good to have you in chat. Bellline says, also, you don't really need to go. Let me make sure I'm reading, so times maybe. Also, you don't really need to go all the way back to Ember to read the projection stone. There's a projection pool outside. And Rot says, oh boy, DLC will be amazing. DLC is fantastic. Okay. Okay, this. So, a spot of flaw in the Warp Tower designs, namely that one of the Warp Towers in Ash Twin will never activate because its warp receiver will never align overhead. Okay. We know that one. It's when you go, it's the one on the left. Well, I guess it depends which direction you're coming from. But I've noticed this. Does your romantic interest think a warp tower's alignment point is its receiver? Does he not know that a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body? This isn't an unreasonable belief, given the receiver does have to be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. Okay, so I can't get to the Ash Twin one because they're functioning as the same thing? My ship log didn't get updated. They all work. It said that there's more to explore here. Yarrow thought the tower doesn't function. Poke is explaining why it does function. I know you guys said this exactly the same time. The disc. Also take the projection stone. Oh, is this what I missed last time? Because there's no place to put it in here. Okay. Oh no, but I did this. Did I not? Okay. In the central chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone has been working on the Ash Twin project is excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with joy. No, it isn't. Is everything well at the forge? The core's durability could still be improved. I need more time. Ignore Yarrow. The core is finished, and if my sister tells you otherwise, then she will be finished as well. Poke is only nervous. The core is extraordinary, and her design work is beautifully clever. Then tell me how to get there. This is just going to show us the place with the masks. Good evening, Sinister Truth. Good to have you. I don't know if you've watched much of Outer Wilds or if you played the game yourself. I'm pretty close to the end, but I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get to the Ash Twin project, if you're familiar with the game. But if you're not familiar with the game, it's still a lot of fun to watch. It's crazy. The ship log did update. You played through it? Okay, let's get rid of that guy. And I guess we'll go back to the... We'll go back to our ship, aka the lunch lady. And we'll get, like, fuel again. Okay. Tabushki. Okay, so let's check the ship log. I'm not sure what exactly updated. Okay. A no-mind named Poke successfully forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin project. Is that all we learned? Oh, I'm so upset. Okay, so I think we don't want to get us sucked up into here. Okay, there's the sun. So the two little twin towers, I think, are right here. Where could we use a warp core? Do I have to go back to the vessel? I know there's a warp core in the vessel. Wait. Right? Wait, this isn't the right one. It's this one. That, I know, I'm probably so missing the mark. If I just... Okay, here comes the sun. Chat, I don't know. This is the puzzle that devs had to patch. No, it's just that the tip was in a weird time, I think. Okay, so... doesn't make me feel any better that the devs patched it, so now it's easier to figure out. And yet I'm still, like, confused. Because, yeah, we don't know what the vessel... Yeah, that makes me feel better that everyone does get stuck here. There must be a place in the Sunless City. Because it said we had more to explore in the Sunless City. You were doing fine. Don't think about the vessel. Okay, I'm wondering if we go to Ember Twin. I don't think this will work. If we go to Ember Twin and then warp back. No, that won't work. Hey, Bag Bean 1. Thank you so much for the follow. Good to have you in chat. I hope your New Year's or New Year's Eve is going well. Okay, so yeah, that was the same one. But I don't know. This one should take us to the Ash Twin. Which I'm assuming is the Ash Twin projects. This is the warp tower I want to activate. But I don't know how because the Ash Twin is never going to circle around it. Here comes the music. Because this is the one that should lead to the Ash Twin project. Who thought that it never activates? I think that. I think that it never activates. So you're feeling kind of like Yarrow. Yes. Yarrow saying... oh, it never activates because... okay, I'll read my ship's log. Because... it's time. Codaberg, good to see you! It is time. Shall we go embrace our fate? Or run from it like a little baby? I don't even know where our ship is. They're just broken my legs. Well, I've never seen, this beautiful... maybe I've seen that. Oh yeah, just try and get me. Just try it. Just try it. You'll never take me alive. You'll never take me alive. Okay. Hi, Codaberg. Good to have you. I'm stuck on the kind of final thing. I don't know where to go from here. Am I gonna have to wait till next stream? What you trying to do? I'm trying to get to the Ash Twin project. If I figure this out, I'll finish the game next stream. If I figure this out now, do I have to figure this out now in order to be able to finish the game next stream? Ship log time. Man, I'm always here and I always turn this way to get to the ship log. You guys notice that? I never just go bink. If you do this next time, you should probably do it too. Depends on your skills. Okay. I have a little thing to read. That's new. Know my plan to construct technology capable of producing a 22-minute negative time interval in an ash twin. Every memory core by Know My statue is transmitted to a corresponding. An advanced warp core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Do I have to just go wait there for 22 minutes? That can't be the answer. How much time do I have? Like, left on the stream? I should probably be ending pretty soon, but I really want to figure this out. So I think I'm going to be going until I figure it out. A warp tower's alignment point is not its warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns corresponding astral body. Keep reading. The hourglass twins are so close together, they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point. Okay. Everyone in chat's trying to help. They have a shared alignment point, okay? Shared alignment point. The alignment point is not its warp receiver. Okay. Sometimes my reading comprehension is not the best. What does alignment mean in this context? So, chat, you're so patient. So, alignment point, we know that this does not mean the same thing as warp receiver. And I think the warp receivers are the little, like, orangey things that we teleport to. But it aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. But that doesn't make sense because the warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit of the relevant astral body. Oh, I'm having such a hard time with this puzzle. So the hourglass twins are so close together. I mean, I wish we could just separate the hourglass twins, but I don't think that's the answer. I don't think there's really a way to do that. A shared alignment point. Chat, I think can you be a bit... I'm asking for a hint. A hint that's a bit more helpful. And I'm sorry that I'm so thick in the head. I mean, all you want is to activate the last warp tower. That is correct, Bellblind. But I don't know how. One word would be timing. When do you think it warps you? The portal works. Okay. So the portal works. I just haven't stood there long enough. Alignment is where the tower should point to teleport. Oh, I needed to go to the campfire. Oh. That's okay. So the tower will always be pointing to Ember Twin, but this is what Yarrow was confused about. So the tower is always gonna kind of be pointing at Ember Twin, but that doesn't necessarily mean, right, it can't point toward its own planet. But we found out it doesn't have to. Okay, coming in for a exciting landing, not as exciting as I wanted. How close are we to the equator? Oh, that's perfect. Let's just, okay. Oops. There. Okay. A lunch lady is not facing the equator. I kind of wanted her to be facing it. Right, it can't point toward its own planet. Okay. Now we can at least watch. Yeah, that's what I heard, Codaberg, is that the devs had to patch this puzzle because it was too hard. Right, okay, so Bellblind, says, if you are thinking about the tower not being able to point to its own planet, you are still thinking like Yarrow. So it just has to, it'll still line up. It's just that I won't be able to tell really when it lines up. And that's fine. But I feel like I've stood on that little spot for a very long time and never had it line up. I wish I could, hey, read the probe tips. See beyond the horizon, illuminate dark areas, detect hazards, and test the environment. I think we've used it for all of these. When does the Ember Twin teleport? Shared alignment point. Oh, when it's overhead. But how am I supposed to do that? Okay, I see. So when it's overhead. But won't I be sucked up by the sandstorm? Oh, Inrot tells Codaberg that was a good tip to read the... Everyone's smiling about that. Oh, my dumb brain. Test the environment. I guess I could hide in that little shelf, in that little scroll closet, and put my scout on the teleporter to see exactly when it teleports, and then I could run out there, so I don't have to worry about being sucked up by the sandstorm. Because I guess that's the problem, is that when it aligns, they have the shared alignment point, but the one for the Ember Ash Twin is broken. So you always get sucked up. So, okay. Maybe I will try this. I don't know if any of these are... Okay, Kodaberg seems pretty happy by that. And this is it over here, the broken one. Do you think we should try the one with trees? I think the one with trees will take us to the right place. I think we've been mistaken all along. We need to go to the one with trees. Okay, we need to be here so our... The one with trees is correct. I knew it! Okay. Chat. We put our brains together. You had to, like, you didn't even gently nudge me. You, like, forcefully kept hitting me over the head. Which planet had trees? Brittle Hollow, of course. Brittle Hollow. The one with trees will take us to the new place at Brittle Hollow. Oh. We just snuck right in here. Okay. Oh, Enrot, you were saying, how you accidentally uncovered it. And I remember you telling me for the sun station to put my probe there. I think that's what you were saying. Okay, so I think I'm on the right track. Okay, and we hide in here. Are you guys all just waiting with bated breath for me not to mess it up? Won't it just suck up my probe? Let's hope not. Go! I know. You are into something when the chat just stays smugly quiet. Oh, let's get off the... Okay. Chat, we're here! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Okay! Okay. Whew. Stay calm, Kika. 8 minutes, 17 seconds ago, received data from previous cycles. Mask receiving data from probe tracking module. Giant Steep memory statue and Timber Hearth memory statue. Okay, so... Solanum is not connected to the, one of the things. It is just the probe tracking module. Also, you guys, you're saying, like, congratulations to me, but, like, honestly, like, you guys... How about congratulations to you guys for helping me figure it out? Because that's not an easy task. 14 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Beautiful. Okay. We need a little, projection thing. Oh my gosh, there's so much to read! Yarrow. Yarrow, the one that couldn't get it through his thick head. Good job, chat. We survived this. Yes. Probe, such a good boy. Okay. Today we finish the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet. The Ash Twin Project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiment at the high energy lab. I still can hardly believe Raimi's hypothesis was true. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant Steep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Guys, this is so exciting. Cassava. Hypothesis. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Okay, there's some stuff up there that we can look at. Our friends on Giant Steep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone could coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Bellblind says, I love Avens and Mallow. Yeah, they're cute. Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. So were they able to see all my memories? Hi and a day, I have worked hard on the sun station, and it is at last is complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. We'll finish reading this wall. I guess that's true. Godeberg, probably not 5 million years ago. Because they said that they could send the memories back in time in the event that it shut down, but we're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the sun station will receive the order to fire at the sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Okay. Exactly. 22 minutes after these orders are received, the sun station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. But isn't this like my time? Like, isn't the supernova happening during my time? Oh, that's right, but that's not what killed them. It was the ghost matter. And then after a while later, then the supernova happened because they couldn't blow up the sun. But it still went to work once the supernova hit. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. I can end the cycle. I can finally just crash my ship into a planet and die for real. Bellblind says they were never able to use it themselves. Yes. Yeah, okay. This is all making sense. I think I should have known that before, but these words are difficult to write. The sun station did not work. You're a failure. Suppose we redesign the sun station to generate power of that magnitude. A supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. So I'm already dead. I'm actually already dead. And I'm just living on in these memories that are never stopping. Hodeberg says yes and no. Kind of like Solanum or whatever her name is. She's like, I think I might be dead, but not really. This is easier expressed than accomplished. Bellblind says these memories are coming from futures that didn't happen, so you're not really dead. Solanum is different. You've died quite a few times. It really is a hard topic. Yeah, I guess that's true, because they said if you send the memories back in time, do you actually send the person? So I'm, like, frozen in time, living different futures, but not yet living them, because I'm being sent back in time. I think. It is hard to wrap your head around. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline, which is what we're experiencing if you prefer Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. Which is a moot point because the ghost matter is going to kill them all. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. Can I finish their work for them? We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comment, no! The interloper, no! Honestly, though, it wouldn't have done anything had they gone to examine it or not. It would have been the same. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new. So we're excited to welcome this comet. Don't welcome it. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. Okay. Oh, we got so many projection stones. So we got Brittle Hollow, Giant's Deep, Timber Hearth. We're gonna do Timber Hearth last. Because I feel like Timber Hearth's really important. I've installed these masks inside the Ash Twin project flocks. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. Oh, so if I didn't have 22 minutes until the supernova, I would probably live like my whole life. Hodeberg, imagine working so hard to find out the secrets of the universe only to get bodied by some floating rock. Yeah. Sinister Truth says you died a few thousand times before you even started remembering your deaths. Oh, that makes sense. Because, yeah, and Inrot says you saw that there were about 3 million loops before you got stuck in the loop. That, oh, because of the probe cannon's launches. Oh, that makes sense. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Put it on the table. Brittle Hollow. That makes sense. Spellblind says, yeah, the statue's only activated once the probe cannon found the eye. I have good news, Yarrow. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here working on the Ash Twin project is excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with joy. Oh, we read this. No, it isn't. Is everything well at the forge? And then they're like, oh, if anyone can do it, she can. Ignore Yarrow. The core is finished. Don't worry, love. Poke is only nervous. Oh, Clary. The core is extraordinary and her design work is beautifully clever. Okay, timber hearth. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Onyo. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Sorry, I had to, get a drink. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. We've read this. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'll be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. We're going. Artificial gravity control. I don't think we want to turn that off. But I think there is more to see here. You're about to access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. Do we do it? Do we end the cycle? I would recommend to wait here until the loop ends and see what will happen. Your choice. Whoops. Is it really worth it to have the loop end? Oh gosh, I don't want to hit that. Oh, this is why we might have to take off the artificial gravity. They say, let's see if curiosity will hit. I can't even go near that, right? Wait, how much time until the... Oh dear. Ooh, I almost put myself... Help, put me down. Okay. Yeah, Codaberg, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go see how much time. Because if it's like still 10 minutes, I don't know. 9 minutes? Ooh, chat, it's a little bit long. Is there like a good and a bad ending? Is this the bad ending? If I just destroy it? Oh, chat's not gonna tell me that. Well, how am I? I'm kidding myself. There's more to it. Okay, so I can... Oh, gosh. I can at least go up there. Okay. I don't know, it kind of just seems like you said there's more to it than just to remove it. It kind of seems like the only thing I gotta do is just take it out. Hey, listen, I've lived a lot of lives. I think I'm ready to move on. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to move on, chat. We gotta say goodbye sometime, and I know it hurts. That was very anticlimactic. Can I take this to the vessel? Let's go! Wait, how do I get back out of here? Oh, yes. Oof. Wrong way. Oh, that's so... Whoops, it's not gonna let me go over there. 8 minutes left? Oh, is that the problem? If I want to take this to the vessel, I don't have a lot of time. Can I put it back? That's not the problem. Okay, then we gotta go. Okay, it's not the problem, we gotta go. Jabushki, run, run, run. Oh, stop. Go. Dang it. I missed it. Sinister Truth saying, Houston, we have a problem. Maybe I won't be able to teleport back. The probe used up the teleporter charge. I can't get back? It's a one-way trip here. Break it. Drop it until it breaks. Okay. Oh, I hear the sand coming. Okay, is the vessel gonna be in the same location? I left the probe on the teleport pad and it used the one charge left to teleport back to the surface. Really? Whoops. Can I go put this back? I kind of wanted to take it to a vessel, but I guess we're just gonna see what happens. Well, better not break the loop yet. Okay. 4 minutes. Okay. Oh no, the music's about to start, right? Maybe not. Guys, I just like... Every time I play, you guys are like, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Like, I'm a pro at breaking games. Okay. Stop. Go in there. There! Okay, it's okay. What? What? Oh, it's because... Okay. That's just because I plugged it back in, it actually worked, right? Or should that not have worked? Dang it. I thought it wouldn't work. Okay, we might be able to get back there, guys. Don't worry. Let's see if there's enough time to go back in. I think so, because the music hasn't even started and I hear the sand coming. Okay, don't fret, guys. We're good. Okay, let's go put on the gravity, though, because this is wild. I should leave the gravity off? Okay. Let's get, like, to a good place where we can have a good view. Nope, leave it off and be curious. We're doing it. What a roller coaster of emotions, chat. Be very cautious. Wait, be curious or cautious? Now I'm concerned. Can I get a in chat for maybe the last mystery? We'll be able to experience. Oh, it's happening! People are saying be both cautious and curious, and some people are like curious. And Rot says the last. I think I am gonna play the DLC Sinister Truth. I've really loved this game. I think I'm gonna switch to playing it like twice a week, and on the third day maybe playing another game. Yeah, if I'm planning to play the DLC, then it is by far not the last memory. Oh wait, we want to see the... This is the warp core, right? The DLC is so good. Okay, good. Go! Go, go, go! Let's go! What happened? What happened? Curiosity 1. ... Oh. Curiosity 1 over caution. Is that bad? Okay, don't rush. Think about what you just did. I just went into like a black hole. You guys, like, act like I should know what it means. Like, my impulses have any rhyme or reason. Sleep at a campfire? I'll tell you this at least. The black hole is generally used to send information back in time. But you literally physically went into it. Are the Nomai alive? That can't be, because our race exists. If I stop here, will we be able to find out next time? It won't, like, ruin it. Everyone's upset at me. They're like, how did you reach that conclusion? Check the map. I can't remember how to check the map. No. Okay. Listen, don't get mad at me for my wild conclusions. No. Some people say do not check the map. Okay. Sinister Truth. Let's suit up first. Let's see what happened. Hollowed out chamber inside Ash Twin. The energy cables from the surface are plugged into a protective casing at the center of the planet. There are 8 monoliths with Nomai masks attached. 3 of the masks are receiving. The Ash Twin project was designed to use the energy from a supernova to send probe data from the orbital probe cannon 22 minutes into the past. Oh, Bellblind said no was for the can I leave now and not ruin it? It wasn't for opening the map. So, okay, I still have to keep playing to see what happened. The sun station did not work. Although the Ash Twin project was theoretically sound, the Nomai were unable to power it. There's an advanced warp core inside the protective casing at the center of the planet. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. Okay. How do I open the map again? Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Wait, I want to go check something. Hey, ow. Don't mind me breaking my legs. Okay, its eyes are still open. Take that. What? Oh, that startled them. Zow! Look at them duck. Oh, they're so scared. Okay. Oh, Bellblind says, oh, please don't break your legs. Bellblind, you can't tell me what to do. I'll break my legs if I please. Listen, I'm not a professional dancer anymore. I don't have to worry. I'm a professional pilot now. I don't have to worry about breaking my legs. I got a jetpack. Oh gosh, I'm not... Oh no. Don't judge me, hold on. Oh, if I kill myself, will it ruin it? Do I have to go back to the Ash Twin project? Is that why everyone's panicking in chat? Do not die. Okay. I'm so sorry. How do I get back to where I was without killing myself? I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm so sorry. I almost ruined it. I really almost did. Look how close I am to dying. I think I go this way. And what it says, you give us heart attack. Okay. Should I take a little snooze? Let me just take like a minute snooze. Because I have to get to the tower. Yeah, and don't walk into the fire. Does that really hurt me? I can't believe I've been playing this game this long and never noticed that I could walk into the fire. And don't get crushed by the elevator. Oops. Okay, I won't. It's coming down. I might have accidentally, if you hadn't said something in chat, Bellblind, I might have just gone, like, barreling into the elevator shaft. Okay, don't worry, chat. Look. I'm gonna get, healed up. Look, chat. Look. It's okay. And I'll make sure not to fly into the sun. Stupid autopilot. Let me take, And Rot says, I wish there was a dumb ways to die video for Outer Wilds. Honestly, you could, probably take a lot of the clips from my streams and, have a good amount of, content for a video like... Oh gosh. I don't know what happened. Okay, it's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, we gotta get it to a place... Abort autopilot! Stop, I'm stuck. Okay, please don't explode. Please don't explode. We just gotta get out. the ship in a manageable spot first. You got it. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Okay. Are we good? Okay. It took me a long time to realize like why I couldn't move was because autopilot was on and still trying to take me to the Ash Twin project. We gotta make sure it's not gonna take us into the sun. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, chat, we're okay. We're okay. Now we have to go meet our twin. Or... abort so it doesn't send us flying into... Okay, there are the towers we need. Didn't reach escape velocity. That makes sense. Best dang pilot you've ever seen in your entire life. Beautiful. Oh, but we just missed it. Huh. Okay. Don't mind me just zooming past. Okay. And we'll be sure to pick up our probe. How is this the end of the game? I feel like how is it not the end of the game? Oh, Inrod, thank you so much. That means so much. He says, definitely the best Outer Wilds playthrough I've seen so far. That's so kind of you. Especially to a very noob streamer like me. Inrod says, well, think about all you've learned so far after the stream. I will have to think about it. I'll have to think about what will be our, like, game plan next time. I do think I want to take the warp core to the vessel. And I think and warp to the eye's location. I wonder if I can do that, but it is kind of stuck in Dark Bramble. And it's kind of broken. But I feel like that's the thing to do. I just, like, feel it in my gut. I don't know if anything will come from that, but I just feel like that's the thing to do. So we'll see. I'll have to update my schedule. Let's see, today's Friday. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow, but Monday. And then we'll probably have to get the DLC, and I'll have to figure out another game to start streaming on the side. Maybe a spooky game. I have a few spooky games I want to play. Here we go. What was... Hey, yo, howdy. Look at that giant backpack. Oh, look at that booty. Check out that badonkadonk. Okay. Let's go open it. Hello? Sinister Truth says, insert twin Spider-Man meme. Yeah. I'd recognize that badonkadonk anywhere. Look at him just chilling. Whoa. It says the greatest day of my life. What the heck happened? If you're me, then I'm as confused as you are. Do you think it's okay if there's 2 of us? Well, we're talking to each other and nothing's exploded yet. Gossin always says that means the date's going well. Yeah, but it's Slate's definition of a boring date. Makes sense Gossin and Slate never dated. That and the whole mishap with Gossin's eye. Oof, yes, the eye thing. So we do have the same memories. Yeah, that's... yeah. We're just like, yep. Sure is. These are all such awkward responses. Or, I very much do not want to discuss that. I was like, yep. You know, that kind of like awkward, there's gonna be a little bit of a blip. Yep. Uh-huh. Quickly changing the subject, you know how we jumped into the black hole that opened up at the end of the last time loop? What do you think would happen if you don't jump in this time? Yeah, if I don't, then where did you come from? Because if I don't jump in this time, he won't be there. That's a good point. I mean, I feel as real as ever, so I don't think I'm a figment of your imagination or anything like that. Maver's like, I'm back because my brain requires more content than I can handle. And Maver's like freaking out because he's like, I've never seen this bit. What's happening? How did you get here? I'm so confused. So, we were in the Ash Twin core during the supernova, and I saw a black hole open in the middle of the core, and I just dove in. And then when I looked on the map, it showed me in 2 places. And then when I came back here I am. Just chilling, and I'm having a conversation with myself. That's just what a figment of my imagination would say. Are you being sassy? You can't sass me. You are me. Does kind of prove we're the same person, though. At any rate, it's been good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. No, we have to become friends. This is the greatest day of my life. Sure, 2 of us is great and all, but is it the greatest? What about the day we, you know, what about that one? What about, what day? Are you talking about the day what? No, I'm talking about the other one. Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah, now you got it. That was an incredible day. Oh my gosh. But today's probably the next greatest day of our life after that one. Think it's okay there's 2 of us? I think I said that. Whoops. Right? It's kind of nice. Hey, what do you think happens if you don't jump in? That's a good question. It's something I've been wondering about. We're in thoroughly uncharted territory at this point. Truly, we are the feldspar of weird time stuff. Oh, geez. Feldspar would just use the time loop to try increasingly outlandish stunts, wouldn't they? Might be a good thing they aren't aware of it. Well, since you're me, you might know that I might want to try increasingly outlandish time stunts. At any rate, it's been good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. Holy cow! Okay. 11 minutes until ends of cycle. So I'm assuming if I go through again, he'll just be here again. There won't be like 2 of them. But if I don't go through, he'll just disappear. So what if you end the cycle without jumping in? He'll just be gone. Well, wait a second. Will he? That's a good question, because he's here at the start. So even if we reset, he'll be here. Paradox, yeah. I don't know how to kill myself here. Or I can just leave and then kill myself. What am I standing on? Oh. Waited out at a campfire instead of killing myself. Death by cactus. I guess we could always do that. That's a good classic, isn't it? Good classic. Chrysalis way to die. Sinister truth. Is there a reason I should not die and just wait it out by a campfire? It's the same. Death by cactus it is then. Ugh. First little leg breaking. Little cactus jumping. Chabushki. I don't know if you will see everything if you just die. Spellblind, are you sure it's the same? Sinister truth isn't sure. It should be the same. Okay, we'll see. I can always get it set up again if it doesn't happen. Whoa! What? I've met a terrible fate. Achievement unlocked. That's my 3rd achievement. Whoa! Is that the end? I finished! GG destroys space-time speedrun. Woo! It's the bad ending, though? Curiosity killed the cat. Killed the Hearthian, I should say. Oh my gosh, this kazoo's amazing. It's an Easter egg. You never created the paradox at the high energy lab, did you? No. So I can load previous save. Okay. So maybe we'll figure out what happens if we, next time, will... They patched this in too because people kept jumping in. That's hilarious. Okay, previous save won't have 2 of you. Okay, perfect. You can just test your other theories. Okay, next time, so Monday, I think. For some of you, it's going to be Tuesday because some of you are a day ahead of me, but Monday, my time. We'll do the last thing. We'll do the last few things. Can I install the DLC and then just finish out this storyline? Happy New Year, Inrot. Thank you. Yep, I can. Okay, perfect. We'll have the DLC installed, so if we happen to, like, finish everything in, like, an hour, we'll still have, like, an hour worth of content. Wow, this is the longest stream we've done. This is great because I normally like to try to keep them at 2 hours, but that was so awesome and amazing. Thank you, Sinister Truth, for the push in the right direction. Thank you, Maver, for hopping back in and being absolutely flabbergasted about what was going on. Thank you, Bellblind, and Raw, everybody, Codeberg. You guys are all awesome, and I love you so much. Oh, Codeberg says, yeah, if you go in the black hole, you made a promise to the universe that you will always go in the black hole. Engineer Souls, it's been so long! Engineer Souls just hopped in the chat, said, wow, the longest stream that I just missed. It was a wild ride. We just broke the fabric of space and time. It was insane. We met ourselves, you know? You can always check them on my YouTube channel. It's just Chrysalis and everything. But this upcoming Monday, we're going to, Engineer Soul says the best ending. We're gonna see, I have a theory that if I can take the, warp core and put it in the vessel inside Dark Bramble and then enter in the coordinates for the eye, I want to see what happens then. So we have some few things that we're going to be exploring this next Monday, and I'll get the DLC, and I'm getting some hmms in chat. It'll be a wild ride. And we'll have to set a specific time that we do stream this. And remember, you can always catch it on YouTube. Don't forget to follow, subscribe on YouTube, like, all that crazy stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys have been amazing. It's been such a wild ride. But yeah, I hope I get to see you guys all Monday again. I know it's so late for some of you. Go to bed. I worry about your sleep. Anyway, love you all. Hope you have a great day and an even better tomorrow. And I will see you next time with the DLC. GG.